before we get to the big season kickoff and, you know, the great news with regards to grant funding and, you know, the future of the club and how bright it is at Bentley, just a bit of background about the club, you know, how many teams, how many players you've got and that side of things.
Yeah, so a bit of history about us. We're coming up to our 60th year. Next year's our 60th anniversary. We've been an open age side, really, playing fundamentally with the first team, and about probably going back 6-7 years now. The club, we're quite a young club, and as the lads have had kids, we've always had a goal that we wanted to be a proper club, a true club with a bit of legacy behind us and a foundation. So about 6-7 years ago, we started the junior section. We've got an absolutely thriving junior section at the minute now. We've got teams in most ages. There's the odd one missing. We've got a vibrant top section, which is going very well. And this season's going to see us actually launch a girls under 12 side as well, which is massive for us. You just don't think of things like that. So we've got about 150 kids signed on. We're also running, not only we're running what I would class as a successful first team, but for the last couple of years, we've been running a second team as well, which again, it's a big achievement for us to get a competitive second team out week in, week out. It's hard, but we do it. So yeah, as a club, we're really developing, and we're to be honest with you, we're proud of what we've got.
And how much of a challenge, because, you know, this is great stuff that's been going on at the club, you know, growing the club, and we'll touch upon the Created by World Cup grant funding and what that means for the club in a second. But how challenging has the last couple of years been to, you know, with COVID and everything that's been going on in the background, to just keep that momentum going in such difficult circumstances?
Probably similar for every club out there, to be honest with you. I think when the pandemic first hit, nobody really knew, none of us knew what was happening. We didn't know what to do for the right or wrong. To be fair, the league and the RFL gave some fantastic guidance. We followed it, and we just worked through it, really, to be honest with you. I think from our point of view, it was difficult getting the training. The matches were very hit and miss. But we just ploughed on. I think as a club, that's what we do. We've got some fantastic people involved who really care about the club. They care about the kids and the open age. I think it was a bit of a release, if I'm honest with you, for everybody. Everybody just couldn't wait to get back into training, socialising again. And yeah, we just got through it like everybody else did, to be fair. And we could have done without it, don't get me wrong, but it was what it was, and you just have to crack on, don't you?
So here we are on the eve of a brand new NCL season, an historic season for Bentley. You know, you're making your debut this year. I mean, all credit to all the volunteers. I mean, it is difficult, isn't it, to join the NCL? But here Bentley are. I mean, what does this mean, and how much work's gone into it behind the scenes to get the club to this point?
I think it means a hell of a lot. It really does. It's something that we've worked towards for a lot of years. I think more than anything, it's for the lads. It's for those first team and second team players. It's for the juniors as well, really. We like to try and set an example for the kids coming through, and the beauty is we hear a lot that they want to play for Bentley. We're lucky enough that we've had a couple of guys, the young kids signing on for Super League clubs, whether that be sort of apprenticeships or scholarships, whatever it might be. But the beauty is that they actually want to play for our first team. So as a club, it's massive. There's been a lot of hard work that's gone into it. It's possibly a season early for us. We'd love to have the new facility set up, but to be fair, you've just got to grab these opportunities when they can, and you've got to meet the criteria first and foremost. We've done that. So yeah, we just can't wait to get going and let the lads have a bash.
Now, of course, we'll be plugging the Hensingham game in a second or two, but you mentioned the facilities there, and you know, it's been huge news the past few weeks or so about the grant funding success that Bentley have had from the Created by World Cup fund. Over, is it £253,000 nearly? Such a huge investment, and you know, a huge boost in confidence for the club. What does this money mean for the club, and where's it all heading?
Means everything. I think if you look back at our history, for 60 years we've been tenants. We've been in the sort of, we've had to look after or expect local pubs or clubs to accept us, to want us. Times are difficult, you know yourself, pubs everywhere up and down the country are closing, you get different business models coming in, people change. So we really have moved around from sort of home to home. Mentioned the junior section earlier. What we really want is a permanent base and something we can call our own. So for the club and the kids and the open age players as well, we just want something that's ours, something we can be proud of and something we can develop. So that type of investment from the creator buy is huge, not just for us as a club, but the town as well. If you look at what Sport England have thrown into the pot as well, there's £100,000 from Sport England. So to be fair, as a little club from North Doncaster to bring in best part of £350,000 minimum of investment into the town as well, it's massive.
So what are the next steps with regards to, you know, securing a permanent home and you know, continuing the great work in your own facilities? What are the next steps?
Yeah, so basically we're quite a way down the line. We've got the planning permission, that's in place. We've got the vast majority of the funding's in place, although we do have a little bit of a shortfall. We're working very hard to plug that. The next step now, we've had the tenders in, so we'll be looking possibly this week. I'm hoping that we'll be instructing a main contractor. And then it's getting our heads together with the created by and Sport England to really, hopefully the next step is, once we've instructed, getting a spade in the ground. And yeah, that's when we'll really sort of give ourselves a pat in the back, because there's been a hell of a lot of work gone into this.
You've touched upon it already, but how can people assist and what happens next with regards to, you know, the other fundraising elements that have to go into this exciting project?
Yeah, so we're actively, and now that the announcement's been made, we're certainly getting on the front foot, and the support already just from local businesses and individuals has been unbelievable. But if anybody out there is willing and they want to chuck a couple of quid our way, as I mentioned before, we do have a slight shortfall. I'm sure we'll get there, but every little helps, as you know. But we're launching a crowdfunding page where we will be having offers on there. There'll be a place to donate. We're doing things like a heritage wall, which we've already had a really good uptake on, so people can have their name in the building, which will be there for hopefully our next 60 years plus. So yeah, the crowdfunding page will be the main drive. We're still contacting local businesses to look for support from them, as you do. But yeah, the crowdfunding page, if there is anybody out there in the wider rugby league community that wants to assist and help us, it would be massively appreciated. And yeah, that would be the way for us. But as a club, we'll keep running and we'll keep pushing. We won't rest until there's a spade in the ground and we've got a facility. Let's put it that way.
And for the wider rugby league community, especially when it comes to South Yorkshire, I mean, I've spoken to Carl Hall at Doncaster numerous times. You know, he's been heavily involved in Doncaster's bid to host World Cup matches this year when it comes around later in the season. What do you think this is going to mean for rugby league in Doncaster and South Yorkshire more generally?
I think firstly, you mentioned Carl. Carl used to coach us, so I know Carl well. And Carl's been a big driver behind this as well. He's been a fantastic sort of mentor in a way. He's given us lots of support, advice. So Carl's been excellent. I'd like to say that. But I think for Doncaster and South Yorkshire, I think it'll put us, it'll bring rugby back to sort of its old home. We're just over the road from where the old Tattersfield used to be. So it'd be nice to be back there and what we would class as home, which is nice. But I just think hopefully from our perspective, it puts us on the map, and I think it'll put South Yorkshire on the map. I think hopefully a lot of the other local teams will have a look up and think, hang on a second, we want a piece of this as well. And I think the new home and the NCL combined, it's just huge for the area, if I'm honest with you. So listen, you have your rivalries with your local clubs, but I want rugby league to do well in Doncaster and South Yorkshire. So hopefully we'll all come together. The banter obviously will be there, but yeah, I just think it's massive for the town really, and the community. If you look outside of rugby league, Bentley is a place we need this type of investment. We need something for the community that they can call their own, because we'll be opening it up to the community as well. So that's a big thing for us. We want to put something back. And
on the pitch, Pete. Hensingham this week, we mentioned it earlier, the big season kickoff. What are you expecting this year?
We think we'll hold our own. We really do. We played the Challenge Cup. We played Stanley. We gave a really good account for ourselves. We were actually on the app, so hopefully a few people saw that. I think we'll hold our own. I think the biggest thing for us is the travelling is going to be different. Getting across to sort of the Cumbrian sides, I feel for those guys, they've got to do it every other week. I think we've got three away visits. But yeah, we're looking forward to it. I really do think we'll hold our own. But yeah, we don't really know, to be honest with you. The standard, I think it will be a level up. It will be a level up, and there's going to be a lot of commitment needed from the lads without a shadow of a doubt. But we've got a good set of lads, and I think we'll get that commitment from them. So fundamentally looking forward to it, and yeah, let's see what comes on Saturday.
And hoping for a big crowd as well. I think a lot of people are itching for the community game to return in this way. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I mentioned the Challenge Cup earlier, and we're playing out of Wheatley Hills Rugby Union Football Club as a first team and a second team this year. And the Challenge Cup, we probably had just shy of 1,000, which was immense. It was massive. But we've got a good following, home and away, in fairness. So yeah, hoping for a decent crowd. I think we'll certainly be banging the drum this week to announce that we're back again, and it's competitive rugby, not friendlies. So yeah, we're hoping for a good crowd, and certainly as the weather starts getting better, it brings a few more out, doesn't it?
Yeah, fingers crossed the weather does get better. And final question, Pete. I mean, how much are you looking forward to this season? Plenty of hard work to come, but you know you can see what's happening in the future coming quick and fast, can't you? So I mean, how much are you looking forward to the challenge and everything else this season?
I think the smile on my face tells you everything. Yeah, we're relishing it. Really looking forward to it. Very lucky with the team we've got around us as well. We've got a cracking bunch of lads and lasses involved with the club. We all pitch in. Yeah, it's hard work, then. Well, that's part of it, isn't it? If everything was easy, everybody would be doing it, wouldn't it? So, yeah, we're looking forward to it, mate. And yeah, let's just get that come 2 o'clock or 2:30 on Saturday when we kick off, mate. All good.